This is E for MarketWizards.com and eMiniWizard.com just after 11:15 on the 10th of April 2019, and reminding traders to use risk capital you can afford to lose. Okay, what I've done here was just taken yesterday's low and the swing high this morning, and I've plotted what if we just do a swing, a mini swing. Tell me where the middle is. And it was this basis that helps me to understand this potential for this 82 to be supportive. This was yesterday's late close. And then the 83 zone, 82.75, obviously for the for the close at the RTH. And so far we can see we got all this chop in here, not refusing to do anything, not go up, not go down. Very frustrating for traders. How come I can't do better? Well, because that's a tough range that's being developed right now. But just using this one idea alone for swing high, and where is the middle? It tells you at 84.25 to be conservative. Just that one idea. Doesn't mean we can't break it and go through it and go crashing down. It just says for now, from this launch, right? I'm going to articulate that one more time just so you can see the sequence. And that's what most of you don't understand yet, but what was probably one of the best lessons I've ever learned, and took over a year at least, from a guy like Kevin Haggerty, who I've talked about. And Zeke verifies he was one of the best. This is sequence trading. We went from this high to this low, and we got a reactionary bounce. And that bounce went up to here, and we stalled. Now, did we have to stall? No, we could have kept on going another 10, 15, 20 points, but we did stall. And we did suggest yesterday that this doji bar was our resistance until broken, right? And then probably just above it here was a breakdown that could get retested. All right, I'm just trying to put back on the table the things that I remember I said, and trying to plant those seeds in your mind. Someday I'd like you to look at me like I look at Kevin Haggerty. The guy knew what he was talking about, and he really tried to help us, because that's what I'm trying to do. So in this swing, we know that we have a 40, 50, or 60 back possible if it holds up here. If, and that's a big word. Okay, so from this swing, from low to high in this swing and back, here's your 40 back at 86. Here's your 50 back at 84.25, and 82.5 is your 60 back. And we know that that's one of the trades that we've tried to teach over and over, is a 4, 5, 6. So in a swing basis, got that, almost got the gap. We said be careful. And so this is still holding the upper level right here, 89.5. And we're range trading still. So let's take one more look. Okay, so now what I've done is taken, instead of just this smaller measure, now I'm taking a look from the bigger measure. Okay, so now I'm taking that 2,900 and I'm saying we went down here, got 77.25. So here's my first bounce right here, the 80s. Here's the next one at 82s, 83s. Here's the next one, a 40 back, right? Here's your 40 back, 85.75. Here's my 50 back, 88.62. Let's call it 88.75. And if we got a 60 back in this range, it would come up to 91.5. And guess what? That's where we got to, just under that, 91.25. So measuring from this level to this level, that's a 60 back. There was a fellow that I studied with way back when with options, and this was where I learned this technique was very important. And a guy like Kevin Haggerty reinforced that you want to be measuring in this direction, but you also want to be measuring in this swing too. So I don't want to complicate your mind, but I want to plant that seed that this is part of why we look at a larger frame and understand that type of rotation too. And then we need to take the last idea and say, okay, well, who is winning? And we don't know until hindsight. Nobody does. But we can look and see and say, okay, well, that looks to be important right now. That's a little double, this bar right here. So this 83 area seems important. And if that breaks, we got that little doji right here. And other than that, these are all white bars, and you come back and you can retest lows. So for now, all we know is here's our support, here's our resistance, and here's our middle zone. That war is being waged, and this afternoon we will find out who wins that battle. But for now, we're spending a lot of time between in the core, in the pipe, from this 86 up here to 91.5. That's all we know. And where is the edge? The edge is buying closer to here and selling closer to here. Because we know that's the three boxes that are really being, waged at war right now. All right, looking at this chart, can you agree with me? For now, at least, that this, I'm just going to put the middles. Is going to put in, if these are the three boxes that we are fighting right now, then realistically, isn't this where our war is being fought right here? And that's the resistance, and this is the support, and this is our fight right now. And that's the way I look at it. And I know it gets confusing when I put all that stuff on, but step by step, if you can follow that, hopefully you will. So this is a reflection of the bigger range, which we always have to do. And then we have to step back even further if we take out the lower or the high. Magnet 86.5. Anybody that's got my work, you know how I calculate those magnets. It gives me reason to think, okay, let's think of that 87. It's going to become a pivot, plus or minus. Hope that helps. Sean, I like your post. It wasn't confusing. It just got to sink in. Well, good. So that's the way I look at the market. And obviously, if, and if is always a big word, but if we went, say, to this line, and you could do the recalculation all over again, coming backwards. Well, where would the middle be? And I'm always looking on the chart to see those points. I'm always looking to say, okay, so that's a squeeze pivot. Right now, without even thinking about it, you should think that this is a squeeze pivot until broken. That is trying to hold for the longs and go upside. And you should think the same up here at this top. That's a squeeze pivot coming backwards. That's all I mean by a squeeze pivot is that's controlling. Till you break that eye, that one bar says, no, you can't go higher. You cannot go higher. And you come back now and you look and you tell me which bar stands out among all the rest and it's the news bar. And primarily, we are still inside that news bar. Just a little break below it, and got a few people up there and come here, and we've come making lower highs, but we're also still primarily inside that one news bar, that one 15-minute bar. And I said, don't overtrade. So that range has been established, and then we're going to look to see who gets abandoned in this, later. And if you're not used to trading news, you shouldn't. So the game today, I said avoid trouble, try to get a couple points this morning, and then take a long lunch. So here we are, getting ready for that long lunch. Does that help? Good.